Drug cartels just changed the game forever. They've built their first unmanned narco submarine equipped with Starlink satellite internet. And honestly, this changes everything we thought we knew about the war on drugs. For decades, narco submarines have been the stuff of legend. These low-profile vessels slip beneath the waves, carrying billions of dollars worth of cocaine from South America to North America. They're incredibly hard to detect. Painted dark blue or black, they cruise just below the surface with only tiny air pipes sticking up. But here's the thing, they've always needed crews, desperate men willing to spend days in cramped, dangerous conditions for a payday. Until now. The Colombian Navy announced they've seized something unprecedented. This semi-submersible can haul 1.5 tons of cocaine. That's about 3,000 pounds of drugs worth millions on the street. But when they intercepted it off the Caribbean coast, it was completely empty. No drugs, no crew, just cameras and antennas. Admiral Juan Ricardo Rosso explained what they found, and it's honestly mind-blowing. 2 antennas connected to a Starlink modem, one protected by fiberglass to survive the harsh ocean environment. 2 surveillance cameras, one watching where the sub was going, checking for obstacles and other vessels, another monitoring the engine and transmission systems. Someone, somewhere, was watching everything in real time, steering this thing like a massive remote-controlled toy. Think about what this means. The Gulf Clan, Colombia's largest drug trafficking organization, can now operate these vessels from the safety of a warehouse or office building. No more recruiting desperate crews, no more worrying about someone panicking and surfacing too early, no more dealing with the human element at all. This technology leap didn't happen overnight. Researchers have traced the development back to 2017 when Mexican cartels operating in Colombia started recruiting engineers and tech experts. They weren't looking for muscle or street soldiers. They wanted programmers, satellite communication specialists, people who understood autonomous systems. 7 years of development led to this moment. The submarine itself is a marvel of criminal engineering. 800 miles of operational range means it can travel from Colombia to Central America without refueling. It runs so low in the water that radar can barely tick it up. The only things visible above the surface are those communication antennas and air intakes. From a distance, it looks like floating debris. But here's where it gets even crazier. This isn't the first time Starlink has shown up in drug trafficking operations. Just last November, Indian police intercepted a vessel near the Andaman Islands carrying over $4 billion worth of methamphetamine. That boat was also running on Starlink internet. We're seeing a pattern here, and it's spreading fast. Naval analyst H.I. Sutton pointed out something interesting, though. Going unmanned creates new problems for the cartels. There's no crew to fix the engine if it breaks down, no one to clear a clogged fuel line or restart systems that crash. These ghost ships could end up drifting helplessly if anything goes wrong. But clearly, the cartels think the trade-off is worth it. The implications are staggering. Traditional interdiction relies on spotting vessels and boarding them to arrest crews. What do you do with a submarine that has no one aboard? How do you prosecute a ghost? The legal frameworks weren't built for this scenario. And let's talk about Starlink for a second. Elon Musk's satellite internet service was designed to bring high-speed internet to remote areas. It's helped Ukrainian forces communicate during the war, connected rural schools to online learning, enabled emergency communications during natural disasters. But like any technology, it's neutral. It does what people use it for. The same satellites beaming your favorite show are now guiding submarines full of cocaine through international waters. The U.S. recently designated the Gulf Clan as a foreign terrorist organization, recognizing that these aren't just drug dealers anymore. They're sophisticated criminal enterprises with resources that rival some governments. When cartels start deploying autonomous submarines with satellite communications, we're not talking about guys with guns anymore. We're talking about criminal corporations with R&D departments. This empty test run near Tayrona National Park was just the beginning. If it had succeeded, if the Navy hadn't intercepted it, we'd probably be seeing dozens of these things in the water by now. The Gulf Clan was clearly testing their new toy, making sure the systems worked before loading it with valuable cargo. What happens next? Law enforcement will adapt, they always do. Maybe we'll see new detection systems designed specifically for unmanned vessels. Maybe international agreements about satellite internet providers and their responsibilities. But one thing's certain, the cartels won't stop innovating. They've got too much money at stake. This discovery near Santa Marta represents a turning point. The war on drugs just entered the age of artificial intelligence and satellite communications. The days of desperate men and leaky submarines might be ending, replaced by something far more sophisticated and harder to stop. The ocean is vast, and now criminal organizations can operate vessels across it without risking a single life on their side. That's a game changer in ways we're only beginning to understand. What do you think about this development? Are we ready for drone submarines carrying cocaine? Drop your thoughts below. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.